and we breathe deep into God's holy and life-giving presence. Yahweh ulamaya cholamukutoyana. Yeshua avun medebrahas mesiriyetu dukumriya. We trust. We breathe. We are one with the source of the life-giving breath. That is Yahweh's presence within us. The Abun that flows through every aspect of our lives. The breath preceding our desire to take breath into our bodies. We are one within our God. No separation or limitation. We know our God to be perfect and limitless. And that's where I need to begin tonight, is to ask the simple question. To each of you who come forward to hear the call, to each of you that listen to the recording, honestly believe that our God is omnipresent, omnipotent, limitless in power and understanding, clear in the reality of all things that are blessed. And I would ask that you would breathe in and center in upon this thought and awareness as you do. For God is omnipresent. Frikule kabrachan manokotor repiarcham neai urokondrevis specifiಎಷ್ಟು kuturia makutarabana. Arabakandur korivis mesipiabrum orvikas mesipiandruma. Omnipresent means present in all places at all times. Omnipotent means limitless and present in power in all things. So I will take you to Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. As you know, within Grace Healing, we're led to teach of the importance of our role in humanity that supersedes our human nature and moves to how we chose to come into this crown to walk with God, to bring order and restoration to all things that Yeshua ministered to in the realm of darkness, otherwise named as the belly of the dead, the order of principalities, the spiritual realm. And if we truly believe that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and then it is stated within Holy Scripture that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, if we honestly, truly believe in the omnipresence and omnipotence of God, we have to recognize that every single thing we encounter was seen and known by God, and God holds the clear directive in order to navigate through it. Because in order to set things right within the spiritual realm, many things must occur within this realm in order for them to be evidenced and return into God's loving embrace. And I know you've heard this before, but even as my son was born into new life at 23 years old, the thing I knew within me was God had a clear understanding of all that was unfolding, and the blessed and holy result to be brought about by surrendering and submitting to His presence, her perfect wisdom. Again, if we truly do believe that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, we have to understand that everything we witness or encounter must transpire in order to set things right throughout the order of the heavens. This should equip you in such a way that you should not live in a state of spiritual outrage. You should not live in a state of spiritual anger. You should not live in a state of judgment and frustration over the things you witness in others. For each person is playing a role within God's omnipotence. Each person has exacted their free will in coming into the human existence, specifically to reset, reorder, and make new all things that have lost sight of the presence of God. We breathe deep. So please, if you face any situation of discomfort, anything that is unsettling, any form of pain, loss, sadness, sickness, death, outrage, hostility, hatred, aggression, sadness, depression, anxiety, fear, any of these grounds, remember and know that you hold the memory of God's presence within you, and that as you seek to release these things, it's not just simply recognizing the feeling that you have, sitting and dwelling with it. It's about sitting in God's presence and relinquishing the thing that you have defined, whether it is depression, anxiety, fear, sadness, any aspect or attribute that does not reflect the nature of God has revealed itself as something to be restored into God's embrace. The only way that that can transpire is if you are willing to release your holds upon it, any tendrils or ties that you may have masked upon it by forming it to become one with your story of life. That if you allow yourself defined by these things, you have shed the definition that the omnipotent, omnipresent, perfect, and loving God has written in you. We breathe as one. Havlan lakma aflan durekoya neo somyo, foliera hamunrekoya vashno inyevusum. Rolie mere kavru kotore komie vroxumye. Tolie mere hamru kotore revisne shnunjevusum. If you allow yourself to reach deep into God's holy presence and truly seek remembrance of God, you will know that you hold God's presence within you, the holy authority given to you by Yeshua, to look unto all things you witness. Offer thanksgiving for everything that rises before you, good, bad, or ugly. And submit yourself to the omnipotence of God and say, God, it is your power that makes things changed, makes things new, returns things to the nature of that which you see, as I choose not to hold the definition of that which others present before me. I choose not to hold the spiritual suffrage that I witness. I seek and offer thanksgiving that you hold perfect forgiveness over myself and all of us that walk this earth in any form of blindness as we've embraced things of a spiritual nature. We relinquish unto you all things we have witnessed that are not reflecting the nature of your being, and embrace your holy presence as we are one in your spirit. There is nothing we lack. We breathe as one. Hablan diaria kosoniera kundrialo moyevra kundalek nivish tuyetuyerio. Oviali mie suseliundra kamundra kunyevushum. Londra kamu tavlio koride visni silietresh numa. Avlongurio shoyel yesnu. So I encourage you in this week to come. Many of us will witness things in close proximity to us, those that we love, those that we care for, those that we just meet, people reaching out in need. We will witness it through the political process, which is revealing so much of what's going on within the body of this nation, not just individuals. I would ask that any person that finds himself embracing outrage, anger, frustration, sadness, fear, or depression, or anything of a lesser form, that you would honestly take the moment to breathe into God's presence and relinquish whatever definition that is. And I will guarantee you that you will find yourself empowered by the presence of God within, and you will be freed by the hold that could be placed over you by the things you witness. Again, we breathe as one, as we enter in to the full recognition that it is God within us that governs the very life-giving breath that comes forth in each breath we receive. As we exhale, we release any definition we have formed of ourselves, holding anything of a lesser form, and we breathe deep. As we exhale, we release any form of lack, to remember that we hold the greatest power within all creation, formed by God's love, manifested by His grace, and poised to bring freedom to all things we encounter that do not reflect the nature of His Spirit or holy wisdom. We trust, we receive, and breathe. As we complete this time in offerings of thanksgiving through the life-giving and holy name that is Yahweh, Yeshua, Avun Soleme Kutara, Nieluchim Avanye Leklebe Sisirietro, Olior Kambur Kalun, Eloi, Eloi, Elmei Sarakun Tuyeshna Avrun, Alama Kandamala Kamalo Koturi Bakuda. We breathe. We are complete. We are whole, right where we are within our journey, for God is with us, knows the outcome, and is present if you seek His presence. The answers will rise. Trust and receive. Amen.